And we are back. Rhonda Boyle here with Anas Aldahoud, the Talent Maximizer. Good to see you, sir.
Good to see you, Rhonda.
Great. Now, we are moving on to the talent theme of intellection. This is the first in our three-part series. And I'm going to get us started with the official definition. People exceptionally talented in the intellection theme are characterized by their intellectual activity. They are introspective and appreciate intellectual discussions. Tell us more about that, Anas.
So, Rhonda, I'm just going to start with the Gallup video. I love the video. It starts with someone who misses an exit because he's deep into his thoughts. And this is intellection in a nutshell. People with high intellection, they think anywhere, car, office, taking a shower, just being alone gives them clarity. They just want to take the time, and even if they want to engage in a conversation, it has to be meaningful and like a deep intellectual conversation. I think they love the dictionary. They love to go to see the words and the origins of it, and this is why I believe they use like deep words in their discussions, because they just love the fact of having like a deep conversations. I think they take the time off to revisit some of the processes or some of the experiences they went through. Just that time alone gives them a lot of clarity and direction in life. And remember, in ideation, we said everything starts with an idea. And I think with intellection, everything starts with thinking. Before they take actions, before they go to meeting, before they plan, they just want to take the time to think about it. And I believe this is why it's part of the strategic domain, because just having the time to think about possibilities in depth. And I believe they bring more meaning from thinking, like spending the time alone.
You know, I think they don't even think that they're thinking. You know, like they don't notice that they're thinking so deeply, and they're very much random thinkers. It's almost like, I like to call people high in ideation popcorn brain, because the ideas pop, but with intellection, it's more like noodle brain, because they'll noodle around a thought, and then that will spark another thought, and then off they go to a different thought, and they can have, they don't even notice that they're thinking while they're thinking, but that's exactly what they're doing constantly. So tell us about coaching someone high in intellection.
If you're coaching someone with high intellection, the best advice to do is get him to read something before you guys meet. Send him the Gallup reports. Make sure he prints his own report and start reading it. The more he does this thing alone before you guys meet, I think it really makes a big difference. And during the coaching, always advise him to write. Like if you have write me your thoughts. I think they also love writing. Maybe they can have like a diary or something. All of these things can be really helpful tool in the coaching sessions.
Mm-hmm. I do think people high in intellection are really good at writing, oftentimes, if they can pause and actually get the things out of their head. So yeah, that's great information about how they operate. So how can we motivate them and get the best out of them?
It's very simple. Alone time. They should have, or make sure they have this alone time. It can be meditation, it can be reflection, and as you said, they get so lost into their thoughts. I think this is a really good time for them, just being alone and just getting lost in the thoughts and thinking about a lot of things.
Yes, and I have found that they really do need a lot of time for thinking. 2 to 3 hours a day. It is not uncommon for them just to sort of disappear in their thoughts, and they might actually be here with you and they're gone somewhere, right? They're thinking and thinking. So really understanding them and how they function is going to really help any of us. How can we deal with them?
Very important to understand that these people can sometimes just disappear. Like if we were a really close friend with them, they just disappear. And some people get offended, like, why he doesn't want to return my calls? What? It's just part of their personality. You need to understand that they just want to be alone, think. Sometimes they actually can get their life only back in order when they have this alone time. So
it's how they recharge their batteries. They're if they are disappearing, you know, in the book, reading somewhere on the back porch for a while, it's because they're trying to get energy. And that's what they need, you know. So who should they be partnering with?
So I believe activator and communication. I believe activators can sometimes remind them, you know, you've been thinking for like 3 hours or a couple of days. It's maybe sometimes to do something about the thinking. And communication. I believe I've seen people who with combinations of intellection and communications, and they know how to put their like beautiful ideas and thoughts across to people. So
yeah, my husband happens to have this, so he is partner. He needs me. This is what I have to. I remind him that sometimes I have to kick him in the activator, you know, because he is prone to overthinking and not realizing how much time has gone by to overthink. But definitely they need to have that opportunity to think it through. I think also that someone high and strategic who can help them organize their thinking towards a path will help them. And so that becomes a good partner. And then also executors, an achiever, an arranger, someone who will actually put a plan in motion will be very helpful too to partner with for them, because that's not something they're going to continue thinking about it. You know,
100% agree, Rhonda.
Yeah. So, all right, we are going to be back next to talk about some of the challenges for the people high in intellection. So, Anas, we'll see you then. And thanks for joining us, everyone.